The Vietnam War started in 1955 and ravaged on until the fall of Saigon in 1975. Officially, the war was fought between North and South Vietnam. The North was supported mainly by the Soviet Union and China, and the South mainly supported by the United States. The US sent in troops to South Vietnam in 1964. It is estimated that as many as 2 million civilians on both sides died, along with approximately 1.1 million North Vietnamese and Viet Cong fighters. Over 58,000 American soldiers also lost their lives. The stories of the war have been told and retold for many years, and the darkest depths of horrific tales of the war are some truly weird and wonderful paranormal stories. One day, a terminally ill Vietnam veteran decided to tell his untold story on his deathbed. The man was a former tunnel rat. The tunnel rats would crawl into NVA and Viet Cong underground tunnels to kill any enemy soldiers found there. This was an incredibly dangerous task. The man and his partner found the deepest tunnel they had ever been in. On entering the main room, they found it lit and secure. The only thing they found was a tarp. Under the tarp revealed a set of stone steps moving deeper underground. The steps are old, maybe centuries old. Climbing down, they fixed their flashlights and weapons on 10 Vietnamese people wearing Viet Cong uniforms. They were rocking back and forth with solid coloured eyes. The two men checked them out, but they were unresponsive. In the corner was a pile of rusted weapons, and at the head of the room was a golden icon of a naked woman with 8 tentacles instead of legs. Fearing some sort of evil presence, they decided to make a hasty retreat. On their way out, they rigged the room with C4 explosives, and then they made back down the tunnel. As they crawled, they could hear the voice of a woman calling down the tunnel after them. For our next story, a producer on set in New York recounted a tale of an ambush situation in Da Nang. His platoon was forced to remain silent and still, when all of a sudden, 20 yards ahead of them, a 30-foot diameter disc exploded from the ground in dense jungle and then shot up into the sky at an incredible speed and moved away silently into the night. In 1968, an American patrol boat called for assistance because 2 glowing circular UFOs were following them. The crew aboard a second patrol boat later reported seeing the UFOs above the first boat when there was a flash of light, followed by an explosion that completely destroyed the boat, and no survivors were found. One hot day, 6 men from the 101st Airborne Division were arrested in a mountainous jungle region. They had been carrying heavy equipment in mosquito-infested, unfamiliar environment. They kept their senses alert and ready for action when, from a few small trees about 15 yards ahead of them, began to shake. They jumped up, ready to fight, weapons drawn, when something unimaginable walked out. A creature, about 6 foot tall, muscular and completely covered in hair, with large dark eyes and a huge mouth, came out. They dismissed it as not being an orangutan. It stood studying the soldiers for a moment. Some of the Americans believed it to be a rock ape, another variant of Bigfoot. Locals know this animal as the Batatut. In central Vietnam lies the village of Ha Mai. The residents live day to day with what they call their invisible neighbours, all believed to be spirits of the lost in the war. The apparition of a young mother with 2 small children is witnessed. Another is called head down, feet up, and is often seen standing and moving on its own head. Also witnessed are the spirits of 2 American soldiers who were described as timid and starving hungry. Locals have also seen the ghost of a South Korean soldier who was killed near a bomb crater now used as a fish pond. It is also said that French soldiers' spirits have been witnessed. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it by giving it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe for more great videos. Thanks very much.